Welcome to the new YouTube channel. If you haven't already done it, hit the subscribe button to follow us all season long for updates and content. So happy that you're here. It's going to be a great year. Welcome back to the Richard Sherman podcast. I got one of the, up and coming. He had to replace an all-pro, coming in playing at an all-pro level. Ji'Ayir Brown, man, I appreciate you joining me.
Man, thanks for having me on, Sherm. It's been a blessing, appreciate the shout out, man. Let's go.
Come on now. You step right in. Your first game, you didn't bat an eye last year. Sometimes the moment is too big. Walk me through when you first got your opportunity.
I never, believe in you just rise to the occasion. I always believe in you fall back to your trainer.
Like that.
I've been waiting for my shot, since mini camp, rookie mini camp, and just keeping my head in the books, being patient, working with DB, getting extra hours in with the coaches, and just waiting on my shot on a great defense, man. And unfortunately, Hufanga got hurt. Prayers to him. But my name was called. I was ready to go out there and show the coaches what I had, and I get out there, man. Moment's not too big for me. I done played in big games, coming from Penn State. Played in front of 107,000 people.
Talk about it.
Just wanted to let my game show. No fear. All gas, no brakes.
Hey, it looked like that, and it looked like that when you're coming out of the middle of the field, when you're in the hook, when you're getting picks. You got drafted in the third round. I'm sure everybody feels like they got slighted and wanted to go a little higher. Talk me through your draft process.
Yeah, I was one of those guys, man. I felt like I should have been drafted a lot higher. Just from what I put on tape, the way my interviews went with the coaches, I felt like I got shorted in the draft. But all that is behind me now. I'm on the one of the arguably the best team in the league, and I just want to be appreciative of that. Guys go first early and get drafted to teams they don't want to get drafted to. I got drafted to a team that, I was fortunate enough to be a part of.
No question. You talk about one of the best teams in the league, but one of the best defenses in the league, one of the best fronts, one of the best secondaries with you. Gip don't get enough credit. Talanoa, Ballin, Charvarius, Demo. And then you talk about all-pro Fred and Dre. You couldn't have been surrounded by much more talent than you are. Tell me about, how it is, because you for the first couple games this season, you got a chance to watch them work and watch them on tape and be in the meetings, and then you got a chance to be out there with them. Tell me how different that is.
Man, these guys are some dogs, man. man, I got a excellent group of guys, man. When your best players, is also your hardest workers, your most detailed guys, this is crazy. Watching Fred after every practice in the weight room, Kittle along with him, Nick along with him, and how can you not be a part of that? Right. They're literally laying a blueprint out for you right in front of you every day, with the consistent work that they do behind the scenes. I just want to follow in those guys' footsteps. I believe I have the talent and skill set to be one of the greatest players to play my position, and to have those guys, who are one of the greatest players at their position right in front of me. How can I not follow in their footsteps, man?
Man, I love that answer. And I want to give you a chance to tell your story and your journey, because it wasn't the easiest journey. Sometimes people see the end and they're like, it was all sunshine and rainbows, but you didn't have no offers coming out of high school. You went to Lackawanna. And then tell me about it.
Yeah, man. Went to Lackawanna. No offers out of high school, like you said. I had one school that was interested in me. That was Montclair. That was Division III school out in New Jersey. No offers. Was an excellent player in high school. Played both sides of the ball. Still no offers. Went to a small school. I think that's what it was. After that, went junior college, Lackawanna Community College. Spent 2 years there. First year I played corner. I had like 5 interceptions, 40 tackles at corner. Mm-hmm. Next year, I went back to safety, had an All-American season at safety. From there, I was so frustrated on why didn't schools come recruit me? Why was I falling under the radar? when I was, displaying, the kind of skill sets that I was displaying out there every game. So I was on the type of time where I was going to pick the first school that came and got me. And it was Coach Franklin. He came down to see me, came to one of my games, flew in on a helicopter, made it a real big deal for me.
Mm-hmm.
And he gave me the offer, and I was like, I'm going there, man. That's where I'm going. The first school to ever fall in love with me, I'm falling in love with that school. Got to Penn State, COVID season, probably one of the worst seasons for everybody all around.
No question.
Wasn't too much going on COVID season. No fans. Everybody was dealing with family issues and things that COVID brought along with it. Just kept my head down. Kept working. And waited for the season to start back up again in 2021, and I got my first start. Led the country with 6 interceptions.
Mm-hmm.
Safety. I had about 73 tackles, I think, that season as well. Wanted to come back and show more. I could have left out that year. I was projected to go around 3 to 5 that year. Could have left out that year. Wanted more for myself. Felt like I left something out there. Wanted to show a little bit more versatility on the field. And came back my senior season and did a lot more in the defense with Manny Diaz. I was blitzing off the edge. I was covering in the slot. I was in a post. I just wanted to show a lot of different things I can do on the field. And I believe I did that in that 2022 season. And finished the year out strong, man, and got drafted by the Niners, and the rest, is history.
Hey, bro, you dang near had me emotional over here because I'm looking at you, and I see so much of myself in you. The shorter dreads, when my dreads was your length when I first came in, even the nostrils. We both got these wide nostrils, breathing up all the air. But it's the underdog story, how convicted you are and how hurt you are by the lack of respect, bro. And I tell you that resonates with me in a way you could not imagine, because you like, bro, I'm putting it on tape. Like I'm showing y'all, I'm doing it. I'm doing everything y'all asked me to do, and y'all still don't give me the respect. I did it at college. I did it in high school. Now I'm doing it in college. Now you're doing it in the league. One advice from an old man who don't do nothing. I don't make no decisions. I don't make no calls. But let it fuel you. Let it be gas in your tank. I promise you, in the end, in 15 years when you're done, you're gonna appreciate the fuel that it give you, because that fire, that frustration, that hurt, it's never going away. It's never. You can be an 8-time All-Pro, and you still gonna be like, bro, this is what I told y'all I could have done if y'all would have believed in me, but y'all didn't. So I'm going to keep proving it and step on y'all necks until y'all understand, until it's done. And I can't do it no more.
Every day.
Every single day.
Every day. That's exactly what it is, Sherm, man. Just, like you said, the lack of respect. I put so much into this game, as a player, the countless hours in the gym, the lifting, and all my coaches from college can tell you, I was there, last one there, first one there, just putting in so much work, just for the respect of it, and never felt like I got that, man. And I'm going to keep pushing for that.
Can you believe we're this deep into the NFL season? We got to make every second count. With DraftKings Sportsbook, you can make the most out of every game day. Bet on your favorite teams for a shot at winning big bucks. New customers can score $150 instantly in bonus bets for betting $5 on any matchup. Get in on the action with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Download the app now and use code Richard. New customers can score $150 instantly in bonus bets for betting just $5 on the NFL. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook with code Richard. The crown is yours.
Has there ever been a time you've been injured in an accident, and not only were you in physical pain, but there were stress, headaches, and problems that followed? Do you wish you had hired an attorney? If you're ever injured, you can check out Morgan & Morgan. Playing corner in the NFL is hard. Submitting an injury claim with Morgan & Morgan is easy. Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm with over 100 offices nationwide and more than 800 lawyers. With over $15 billion recovered for over 300,000 clients, Morgan & Morgan has a proven track record of fighting to get you full and fair compensation. Morgan & Morgan has been fighting for the people for over 35 years. Submitting an injury claim with Morgan & Morgan is so easy. If you're ever injured, you can check out Morgan & Morgan. Their fee is free unless you win. For more information, go to forthepeople.com/Sherman or dial #law. That's pound 529 from your cell phone. That's forthepeople.com/Sherman or #law. That's pound 529 from your cell phone. This is a paid advertisement.
I promise you, you don't always get what you deserve. You get what you work for. And sometimes, like, it don't shake out how you want it to, but it shake out how it's supposed to. It don't shake out. I mean, maybe you could have went first round to the Browns, or you could have went first round to Carolina and felt good and been like, man, I went first round, but it's a bad situation. It's bad defense. You're frustrated every week. But hey, you went top 20, but now you sitting there, your career can be totally different. You're on a defense where you're going to get to shine. You've been playing. You started 3 games and already got 2 books. And we're going to talk about them in a second because I need you to walk me through because both of them look good. You came in, the moment wasn't too big. The first one you got was one of them that, hey, had to have it.
Yeah.
And the second one was a heck of a play. Demo pushed him high. You came in. You got a great feel. But I promise you, like the team you're on, the organization you're on, the habits that you're learning, because sometimes you come in as a young dude with so much expectation in the first round or second round, you got to start. You got no vets in front of you. You got no good vets around you. You learn bad habits. You don't know how to be a pro.
Yeah.
You got the ultimate pros around you. Now, I'm so old in this game. See, all them was babies when I came in. I mean, Fred, I came in Fred's rookie year. We went to the Super Bowl when Bosa was a rookie, when Greenlaw was a rookie, when, I'm sure that, well, I don't know if they talk about me anymore, but I mean, DB, I've been in the DB room, but now they are mature pros. They know how to approach the game, know how to prepare, they know how to focus, they know how to not get distracted. And when it, I'm not going to knock on wood and jinx anything, but later on down the line, when it gets late in those playoffs, they understand what it takes to get it done. And we had those talks going into the Super Bowl that we went into my years there, where they were so young. Young guys, they don't know how to really handle this kind of success. We went to Miami, they did a little more than they probably should have, but I guarantee you the next time around, there's going to be some conversations had in that locker room where it's like, hey, locked in. We got a week, 2 weeks to be remembered for all time. So I would say you in a perfect spot, you thriving, but tell me about how that first pick felt.
Oh my God, man. That probably my favorite pick, of my career, through all the years playing football. Number one, because my mom was in that end zone. Nice. My mom's she's been my biggest fan since, I was 6 years old, since I started playing the game of football. And she's been there, with me through those trials and tribulations of, people undermining my talent and not putting the amount of respect, on my name. And she's been there with me through it all. She take it a little harder than I do. I'm more of a, it is what it is, more work to do kind of guy. She it's a personal thing with Mom Dukes.
Right,
she don't like, don't nobody play with Mom Dukes, baby. And for her to see that, at this level, it beats any accolade, any, accomplishment I ever, accomplished in my life, just to make my mother proud, and that was one of the things I set out on as a kid, that I wanted to accomplish in my life, was to put that smile on her face. So that was the biggest reason why, and just to be there for the guys when they needed me, man. I feel like, as a rookie and getting your first start, against a good team, Tampa Bay, and coming in, guys think of rookies, he's young, he's going to mess up, he's going to do this, just to come in ready when your name is called, I think is one of the most honorable things, you can have as a rookie. And I didn't want to let Fred down. I didn't want to let Nick down. I didn't want to let the DBs down. I didn't want to let nobody in that organization down, when Huff went down and, people started to feel like, who's next and feel like the stuff is going to change, So just to come in and make that play was a great feeling.
It was a fantastic play. It was a huge play in the ball game, really kind of sealed it up for you guys. But the greatest compliment I think I could give you is that you don't notice you out there. And you don't notice you're a rookie. You don't notice you're in the best possible way. When you lose an all-pro player at any position, at any level of any defense, offense, anything, you notice it. You notice it. Like you lose an all-pro tackle, the next dude coming in ain't going to be an all-pro. You lose an all-pro corner, the next dude ain't going to be on the same level. You have come in and played at a very high level. I mean, arguably equal to what Talanoa was doing. And that's no slight to Talanoa because he's been playing at an all-pro level. So talk about your mentality, because your mentality is obviously, I deserve to be here and I deserve to be in this position. I'm going to prove to you why. But did you feel you played in some big games coming in? Like you played in that game and then you got the big Philly game. And I know you felt the energy in the building going into that Philly game. Everybody going to say the right stuff, but you and I both know the conversations was different.
Yes, sir. Yes, it was. Oh, man. Just, my mentality always been the same, man. I never want to let guys down, man. When I'm out there, I never want to be that guy, to miss the game-winning tackle, to, miss the game-winning interception. And as you know, as a DB, you might not get targeted all game, but that one time you do, the game can be on the line, And I'm always preparing for those situations. And I believe the way you prepare for those situations is you prepare if you take every snap as if they are those situations. So that's a big, big thing for me, man. That's my mentality going into the game. And when I put that helmet on, man, it's just a different guy under there, man. I play with so much passion, man, because I love the game. And I feel like I just understand the game at a different level. So, one of my favorite players coming up was Cam Chancellor, man. And,
my guy.
Cam was, just to watch him, when he put that helmet on, to see the kind of guy he turned into, it struck something in me and motivated me to, have that kind of mentality.
I mean, I know you love Cam, but you do look more like E out there, the way you be running around. You be flying, boy, throwing your body around. And then you get up talking crazy to everybody. I said, they're going to be thankful they ain't got no mic on that man.
Need no mic. I don't need no mic. No.
Oh man, tell me how cool it is, because DB, you talked about DB earlier, Daniel Bullock, and how great of a coach he is and how great of a mentor. That man prepares like nobody else.
Man, this guy, man, he is a film junkie, man. When I say this guy watched so much film, man, he understands the game at a high level. He's able to coach it to you. He's able to teach it to you. He's able to have you see it the same way he see it. Right. And he cares. He truly cares about the players. He cares about winning. And, the game means everything to him. When you got a coach like that, man, and like you said, he's so detailed. If you need to be at 10 yards, you need to be at 10 yards. If you need to step with that right foot first, you step with the right foot first. And just him holding us accountable to that kind of standard, that kind of detail in the game, it allows us, to go out there and play just, lights out and confident in our game, because we feel like we're prepared, for every situation that can come our way.
No question. I mean, he's one of the best coaches I've been around, and I've been around Chris Richard, who's obviously he's the number one in my books. DB came in, his mentality, his preparation, his work, how he relates to players. It's freaking fantastic, and I got a ton of respect for DB and the work he puts in, because that's what it's about. You like, practice is just you are what you consistently do. You're out there BSing in practice. You're out there making mistakes in practice. You're gonna make them in the game. You consistently detailed in practice, on your assignment, in your gap, running through. Your teammates trust you. Then the machine just keeps rolling, and that's why I know you got the right mentality, and those guys are coaching the right mentality, because you came in there and you fit right in the engine. It's like, hey, we need a new part for the engine. Bang, plug him in, and now we keep going. It didn't turn from a V12 to a V6. It was still a V12 when you got in there. And so talk about the play with DK Metcalf on that corner route, that banana cut where Diamador pushed him up. What was going through your mind? Because you looked like you were the middle field safety, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I was a middle field safety. You know, I pride myself in, as a safety, in having that roof over my corners. You know, I want them guys to trust me just as much as I trust them. And I'm sitting in the middle third, you know, just reading the QB. You know, he's looking over at DK, steering a little too long. Get over there, you know, see the ball, see the flight of the ball. And you know, another thing I pride myself in is my ball skills, you know, and I believe, you know, every ball that goes up in the air should be mine. And if I don't get it, I feel some type of way about it. So, you know, that mentality of having that approach, you know, when a ball goes in the air is tremendous. You know, it's a tremendous help, because most guys, when the ball go in the air, they panic. You know, I'm not one of those guys. You know, I have a lot of confidence, you know, in myself and my ability to catch the ball. So when he threw the ball over there to DK, you know, I took a peek over there, ran up under it, seen the flight of the ball, wanted to high point it as much as I can, and secure the catch, man, and get the turnover for the guys.
Yeah, I mean, and you did it. You did it. And it looks like you got great ball skills. You got a great judgment of the ball and the flight of the ball. And I feel like you had to learn some things from Tayshaun. I know you were great in college and you got your picks, but he's one of the best middle field safeties in the league, and he doesn't get any credit. Nobody ever give no credit. That boy balls every week, every day, open field tackling, and you don't hear nobody say nothing about him. So I'm going to say something. Gibb is one of the best middle field safeties in the National Football League.
Absolutely, man. And I talk to him about this all the time, man. I say, when I first got in here, man, I told him, I said, I see so much of me in you, you know, and he said it back to me. He was like, man, that's crazy you say that, because I see so much of you and me, you know, just two guys, you know, that feel like, you know, they're not appreciated, you know, the way that they should, and don't mind being the underdogs, you know, because end of the day, you got to go out on that grass and prove it. You know, me and Gibb, you know, have a great relationship when it comes to, you know, football and, you know, on the field, off the field things. He has a lot of people don't know is Gibb has a knack for the ball, man.
No question.
Probably one of the best, you know, ball skilled safeties in the NFL. And like you said, it doesn't get recognized enough, man. And I wanted to give him his flowers on here because he definitely deserves that. And he's been a great help to me, you know, just being an older guy for me, man, showing me how to watch film, showing me how to, you know, break down routes, what kind of routes we getting this week, always talking to me about what I see, and instilling that confidence in me to go out there and just be me, man. So he's been a great help for me, man.
It's that holiday time of the year again. Looking for something different for that favorite person on your list? Think Game Time. Tickets for sports, concerts, and comedy shows all make a fantastic gift this year, even if it's last minute. The best way to get tickets to any of these games this month is on Game Time, the fastest growing ticket app in the US. Game Time is the only ticketing app that gives you peace of mind with your purchase. They let you see the view from your seat before you buy, so you know what to expect when you arrive. Their all-in prices show your total up front, so you always know you're getting a great deal. And it takes no time at all. You can buy tickets in seconds with 2 taps. So take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and redeem code Sherman for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem code Sherman, that's SHERMAN, for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. Okay, football season is finally here. And here's one thing every fan should know. You can get anything you need for game day delivered with Uber Eats. Well, almost anything. Because no, you can't get your dream running back for your fantasy team delivered with Uber Eats. But flapjacks, baby back ribs, and a cold 6-pack? Yeah, you can definitely get those. Great pass protection? That's a no. Great pizza selection from your favorite places? Yes. Championship defense? No. Deodorant? Yep. A well-executed fake punt? No. Delicious fresh produce? Yes. Game-clinching turnovers? No. But pastry turnovers? You know, the kind with delicious apple filling? Oh, yeah. Because that's groceries. And get those delivered with Uber Eats, too, along with food from your favorite restaurants and other essentials. And the best part? You can get it all without missing a second of action on your TV. So this football season, stay planted on your couch and get anything, well, almost anything you need for game day by ordering on the Uber Eats app. Uber Eats, the official on-demand delivery partner of the NFL. Order now. Alcohol in selected markets. Product availability may vary by region. See app for details.
When Jimmy Ward got hurt and he came into the fold, I think he had 5 or 6 picks. He just brought like a stability to the defense. And I knew once he came in and Talanoa were playing well, Jimmy came back into the fold, I knew they wasn't putting him back in because they just had too good of a chemistry. And he knows he's too smart of a player. He's in good position. He just fits too well with what they want him to do. But talk about Steve Wilks, because y'all had that 3-game skid where, things just weren't going well. I'm a fan of the team, fan of the defense. And I just saw, it was a tough game against Joe. Joe just had answers for, and that's why he gets paid the big bucks. That's why they talk about him the way they do, because sometimes he get hot and all you do is put your hands up and hope you weather the storm. But ever since Steve Wilks has come out of the booth and come to the sideline, this defense has been, number one in the league, scoring, yards, more sacks, more turnovers. Talk about how much different that's been to see that. Obviously, you weren't there for some of the earlier games, but you were on the field, but you weren't playing necessarily. But tell me how that's been different for this unit.
Man, I remember when Coach Wilks first came down on the sideline, man, and I told him, I said, Coach, I'm glad you're down here. His presence on the sideline, he's such a great motivator. He's such a great mentor, to all the guys, all the position groups. And he never let us forget, our DNA as a defense. When you constantly got that familiar face right there on the sideline who's constantly talking and constantly, giving his feedback on the game and what's going on, it helps the players, It helps us go out there and play with so much confidence, and it helps us not only go out there and play with confidence, but remember who we are as a defense, which is we one of the most toughest defense in the league as far as, physicality, running to the ball, effort, we pride ourselves in all of that, man. And he has been, a great help on helping us realize that, we win our games when we're playing like that. So his presence on the sideline has been a tremendous help for us, man.
No question. This defense, regardless of who been coordinated, has been prideful and great at the things that take no talent, the effort and the attitude and assignment. Those are things that take, I'm sure DB has repeated to you constantly, the things that take no talent. Like you run to the ball, you hit everything moving. Until it's not moving no more, we hitting it. I know.
Yes, sir.
But what had to be an adjustment for you, and I know because Kyle is just an adjustment for everybody. How was it dealing with him in the team meetings when he's sitting there giving you a dissertation on outside zone and how this play worked and how that play worked?
Man, he is a sharp mind, man. Man, I was so amazed by how well he can break down not only just the offensive side of the ball, but the defensive side of the ball. Man, he's one of the sharpest minds I've ever been around, man. And I when I'm in the meetings, I'm sitting up and I'm watching, I'm like, man, like how does he understand, the defense just as well as he understands the offense? That just shows you what kind of time he puts in the game, man. What kind of film study he does, man. He watched the littlest things on film, stuff that, a lot of people may not see on film, but Kyle's seen it, and Kyle's seen everything on film. If you know Kyle, Mm-hmm. So just that's one thing, I definitely had to adjust to, just having a head coach, who sees both sides of the ball like that.
No question. And, in training, well, you're young, so maybe he gave you a little break and didn't bother you like that. But he always got a little something for you in training camp. He always got a little something like, hey, I saw this on tape. You better be careful.
Yeah. He always sneaked in there. Yeah, he always sneaked in there. He always does. He just acted that last game.
Right, bro. He got his finger on the pulse of everything.
Yeah, yes, he do.
It definitely has to give you confidence, just knowing how prepared he is, knowing how brilliant of a mind he is. And then we talked about all the weapons on defense. We ain't even started to talk about that offense and Brock Purdy and Debo and BA and Trent and CMC. Talk about this offense and how it feels to know, hey, we get stops and we do what we're supposed to do, we know they're going to do what they're supposed to.
Man, I went against these guys every day in training camp. You know, I went against these guys every day when I was on a scout D card, you know. And these are the best guys at their positions, you know. I'm playing against the best guys, you know. So when I'm competing against George Kittle in practice and one-on-ones, and I got to guard Ayuk and I got to guard Debo, you know, I see, you know, the kind of work that they put in throughout the week, you know, every day. And Brock, you know, amazing guy, you know, hell of a football player. These guys, you know, are so tied in together, you know. It's going to be so hard to stop them because there's so many of them, man. And they're just a great, you know, well-engined, you know, offense.
When you first came into the locker room, you know, you look, don't try to be all high and mighty with me. How, like, not starstruck, but how kind of taken aback? Because everybody's super cool in that locker room. But when you're coming in as a rookie and you know you got all these superstars in here, like, what was that experience like?
Oh, my God, man. I think when I seen Nick the first time,
freaking machine.
I said, "Sheesh, boy! You look at the legs on that boy, man. That boy got some calves, man. He looked crazy, man.
Looked like he built in a lab.
Man, he built in a lab for real. Then you see Fred, you know, Fred standing next to Kittle, man, and I'm just like, man, these some dudes in here, man. How can I fit in? You know, how can I, you know, be a part of that elite group? You know, Trent Williams, man. I had a rep against Trent Williams before, and the vet move he pulled on me, you know, I'm just like, man, this is crazy. So I definitely, you know, was starstruck. I'll write them all down too. I definitely was starstruck by how, you know, how many players we got that's the future Hall of Famers on the team. You know, and how not only how good they are as players, but how great of people they are off the field. You know, they're, like you said, they're some of the coolest dudes, you know, to hang around. So it was definitely a good experience.
And that's what I mean by, like, I know it's frustrating being like, man, I wish I would have went higher. But I guarantee, like, your career being affected by these dudes, they all gonna come and be here and you learn from them. You will tell stories when you are all pro and Hall of Famer and doing your thing about how much you learned from being around these guys and listening to them and watching them work and working with them and communicating and learning how to communicate with each other, how to play for each other, how to respect one another, how to study the game. It's going to be fun. And Fred already seemed like he got a ton of respect for you. Everybody I talked to got a ton of respect for you in that locker room, at least the old dudes that I deal with. But Fred called you the young vet. What does it mean to hear that coming from a dude like that?
Man, it means everything, man, because that's one of the guys, you know, as a leader of our defense, you know, that's one of the guys I set out to, you know, impress, you know, just to show him, you know, that I belong here, you know, in this field with you. And I got your back just as much as you got my back. That was one of the things, you know, I set out to do early, you know, was to earn the respect of Fred Warner and also, you know, a lot of the other guys on the defense. But you know, that means a lot to me, man, coming from Fred, you know, a guy who's been in the league, who's a great leader, man, by the way. The best leader I've been around, you know, and I pride myself on leadership as well, but he's the best leader I've been around, you know, so it means a lot coming from Fred, man.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, I want to hear about your welcome to the NFL moment. I know you had to have one during training camp. Somebody had to get you, whether it was Purdy or Kittle then got you on some nonsense, or somebody had to welcome
you. It was Kittle, man. It was Kittle. It was definitely Kittle, man. He's so crafty, man. And his speed, a lot of people
deceptive.
Man, he can run, man. He can run. So it was definitely Kittle, man. I think he beat me on one of his favorite routes, that little stalk wheel route, where he acts like he's blocking you, then he just get up.
Take off.
Man, I knew it was coming, but man, the burst that he has, man, and he took off up that sideline, man. I'm chasing him. I'm like, yo, you faster than what people think, man. Yeah, so it was that was my welcome to the NFL moment, man, right there.
And he do all that laughing and smiling. But he mean, he aggressive, and he's strong.
Yeah. Yes, he is, man. Great player.
I would be remiss if we didn't talk about Chase Young and his addition because he looks like he's brought a different element to that team. He looks like he's come in humble with humility and just tried to fit in as best he can, and he's made a cool impact. Talk about him.
Man, Chase, I had the pleasure of watching Chase coming up in college, man. And they used to call him the Predator back then. And when he first got here, I was like, man, they still call you the Predator, man? He's like, yeah, they still know. I'm like, man, that's what we need right there. We need that guy, that Predator, man. And I think when he first came in and he realized the kind of, determination that this team has, the will of wanting to win, so I think that he just fell in love with that, man. He's been a part of some winning organizations coming up in college, man, but I don't think he's ever been a part of something like this, this kind of brotherhood, this kind of bond on the field, as a defense. And he fit right in, man. He's hungry, man. He got Nick with him. He's having a ball out there, man. I think he's playing some of his best football.
No question. And it looks like it. I mean, and he's helping everybody else play their best football. He's taking on chips sometimes. Eric is freeing up, getting more sacks, eating more. Javon Hargrave is sitting there eating more. My boy Kinlaw getting in on the action. You know what I mean? It's just been cool to watch. And people don't understand there's a selflessness to great defense. There's a selflessness. Everybody's like, man, you got all these superstars. How do you keep them happy? Because everybody just sacrificing for one another. Because a rising tide lifts all ships. Everybody gonna eat if everybody out there for each other. If you're out there for yourself, it's gonna be hard to eat.
Gonna stick out for the sore thumb.
No question. But if you're out there playing for one another, you like whatever it takes to help the team win, then you gonna shine. And it's cool to watch, man.
Yeah, definitely, man. Definitely.
Well, do you got any questions for me? I don't want to take up your whole off day. I know you got things to do.
Oh man, no questions for you, Sherm. Just, appreciation, man. Thank you. Hell of a player, man. Watched you growing up, you and the Legion of Boom, man. Yeah, it's been a pleasure watching you guys, and what y'all have done for the game of football from a DB perspective, and definitely are great, role models in what you guys do, and I appreciate that.
I appreciate you, man. It's fun to watch you play. I look forward to following the rest of your career. You got my number. Hit me up whenever you need me. Keep balling out. I look forward to you getting everything you deserve.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you, Sherm. Thank you.
Appreciate you. Have a great day.
God bless.